Hey guys, what is up? This is Alex from 4C Trading, and today I get to do another video on Ethereum. I did one about hedges on Ethereum and Bitcoin, and right now I'm seeing some really nice bullish price action that is about to get a nice close on 4-hourly candle in roughly about 20 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is in about 20 minutes. And what I'm seeing from this right now, we're gonna have a good chance of testing the very top of this structure. So why not make a video about a potential $300 move on Ethereum, and then kind of see where that takes us, because as you already saw from my price extension, this is a possibility of almost 30%. So yes, a very nice trade, and especially if it's made on Ethereum, right? So what we are seeing something right now, we are located down on 4 hours. It's a BitMEX chart. So yeah, so what we are seeing right now, we are currently gaining this left side, right? We are currently gaining this left side, and the candle will close in about 20 minutes. So if nothing drastically changes in 20 minutes, we can have a pretty good confirmation that we are currently in a side of early reversal. So it is a kind of a early reversal pattern, but yes, it's also not so early because it's based off higher time frame, which is 4 hour, right? And essentially, even if you scooch over to a daily, you can still see why this trade makes a lot of sense, because you did bounce right off support. You did bounce right off support. Sorry, you did bounce right off support on the left side, and you can see that you're currently holding it. So that also gives you kind of that double confirmation that this is a really good spot to enter long in. But as well, if you already know me, if you're going to be entering right here with a stop loss of a knife catch in this case, you will have a fat stop loss. And I really don't like having a fat stop loss when it comes to Ethereum or Bitcoin and stuff like this, because, you know, I do like to have that under 10%, but when it comes to Ethereum and Bitcoin, which right now there are super high prices, I even prefer even lower than 10%, due to the fact that they move a little bit slower as well, or a little bit less when it comes to percentage wise than most of the alts that just react for 20-30%. So what I'm essentially trying to say, it takes a lot more money to push these coins than it does, you know, on a normal, a little bit under liquid altcoins. So yes, our altcoin trades should be looking pretty good now, and we will be probably having, if this is the case, we are gonna have some more of them in this week. So probably this week we are gonna be looking at a lot of longs. But let's just say, right, let's focus on this now, and let's imagine this already closed above here, and we have now a good potential up swing to the upside, right, of about 1.8k. So yes, so what can happen here, right? There are two possible ways you could take this trade. So one is, again, going to be located at a very most bullish one spot, and the very most bullish one spot is going to be located right here. So this is going to be a quite aggressive entry, and in this case, probably I'm going to say it's going to be a correct one, but you can never put your finger on it if this is exactly the one you want to go for. So as you already know, I'm going to be splitting my trades into two of them, right? Because something can happen right now. You can retest all the way down to the bottom. And again, I don't know why this tool selecting is so awkward today. You can retest this all the way to the bottom, hold this, and still remain being bullish at this point, what you currently did if you close above here. So that is still possible. So this is exactly where I'm going to be placing my next trade. But for now, let's cover a bullish one and then see where the more of a safer approach is going to be. Now, I do think when usually I get this kind of a reactions, right, and when they're so well positioned on higher time frames, I usually go with bullish entries, just because it's most likely gonna have that bullish reaction, and you're most likely gonna be left behind if you play it too safe. So yes, this is gonna be one of my entries, right down the middle located, and you can see here, if I put it down the bottom, this is exactly also a reasoning why I do want to split my trades at this point. I don't want to be putting this stop loss down the bottom. It doesn't make sense for me. The stop loss is too wide, and again, if you're targeting something as if this, this reactionary right here, we're not getting good enough of an R for me to even take this risk. So I'm gonna get going down to like 1 hourly, and then kind of be checking what are the other possibilities, and I'm seeing some possibilities right here. So you can really see that going from a little bit lower time frame right now, of course, a little bit more riskier, but we are going to be having 2 trades. Remember that. We can see that we managed to narrow down the stop loss to 4.7%, which now makes us a lot more, makes us a lot more bullish, or should say this trade a lot more worth on the lower time frames, or should say at our 1.8k profit take. So yes, we will be taking our profit take at 1.8k. That would be my first profit take, because if I'm gonna go for a bullish continuation right here, let's just make it happen. I'm not gonna be taking profit takes here, although it's most likely would be an important point to take as well. I'm gonna ignore this point right now, and I'm gonna focus at the big macro targets where a really importance comes in. So yes, you can see all of the prices on the right side of my screen. The stop loss is a little bit under 14 right hundreds, and entries between 4060, 1480, so you can see it very much here, and the target at 1800s as well. So this is going to be my target number 1, target number 2 as well. So for the target number 1, it is 4.7% stop loss, so 4.7 are 22% or $330. So you can really see a quite substantial move, to be honest, right at the first profit take. So that's why you kind of get the excitement of why I think this trade is so great. And I'm going to be moving it a little bit lower here. And yes, when it comes to this one, it is 33%, 7R, or $1.960. So yeah, really good one, almost $500 move, and this is exactly where you need to be, breaking it out in order to flip this chart bullish, right? So a little bit about macros. When you came down on a higher time frame, you sort of lost a lot of good areas, as you can see, and some of these areas, as I already mentioned, I'm gonna ignore and not take profit takes from, because I am gonna bet that there's gonna be a bullish continuation to begin with on this sort of chart, and if it's gonna be a continuation, I might as well ride it far. Of course, I'm gonna still move my stop loss, but if I don't take profit takes, I do a risk of getting a lot lesser profits than what it was on top. But this sort of chances where, a chart does look like it does, I'm willing to take that risk, because it's gonna pay off more times than it doesn't. And when it's going to pay out, you can see it's gonna be some big amazing profit takes, and you will make a lot of money. And most likely, if you break this area as well, there's going to be a continuation, right? And this continuation, who knows, it can continue all the way up to 2,500. So yeah, again, you end up with a nice scalp that you just turned it into a pretty main trade. So now I'm going to delete everything. You've seen the prices, you can rewind the video. I talked about a lot of them. Now I'm going to go for a safer approach, which is going to be located down here, which is already what I've mentioned. You can go all the way down to about $3.5 and still remain bullish. So yes, this is going to be the box for the secondary area. And in this case, if you slap it right down the middle, and yes, in this case, we will be putting the stop loss underneath the low, you can see we will have around about the same stop loss as before. So yeah, it is about 5%, a little bit, just slightly a little bit more, but yes, it will still be the same. But this time around, if it goes that deep back again, then we will be taking this profit take. So yes, I would not be aiming all the way to the top. I would actually be securing some of the profits here. And there's a very good reason why my profit takes are a little bit different when they were on the second, on the first trade. And the reason there is because, coming down right now and reacting from here is a more bullish than coming all the way down here and reacting from here, right? You can see this just from a structure that I drew it just on. You can see this point is less bullish than this point, right? So what you want to be seeing is here as about 50% retracement and just immediate reaction. That doesn't mean if it comes all the way down here that it's not going to go all the way to the top. That is, I'm not saying that is totally impossible. That it's very possible in larger time frames. All I'm stating is that there is some parameters when it comes to how bullish you are or when you should be taking the profit takes. So again, yes, this secondary trade will provide us with a lesser profit take than the first one, but it's still nothing bad, because you are essentially looking at 3R, 16% or $224. And again, you can see the entry is about $1,370, and it goes all the way up to 1600s, right? And then the secondary trade is gonna be 5R or 300, almost $400 or 28%, right? And I'm simply not gonna put the last profit take here at this all the top here, because what we are, if we put another target here, we most likely won't be left in enough of a position if that continuation of Ethereum does indeed happen all the way to up to 2.5k. So since we do want to see that continuation, right, and we do want to have some position in it, I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, on this secondary trade, I'm gonna have to skip this one and just go, you know, focus and just focus on the continuation of the bull. And if it doesn't happen, then unlucky, I will be moving my stop losses as well, so I won't be getting the maximum profit take out of it. But again, during times like this, when it's still bull market, it pays to have to sort of you know, gamble a little bit at those spots, because they do pay more times than they don't. And you've seen what kind of crazy moves crypto did in this past year, so everything is definitely possible, right? So yes guys, if you enjoyed the video, please do like us on YouTube, share the content, right? Subscribe to our channel, and also check us at 4C blog channel, right? I mean, we have a nice blog channel where we post videos, we post Bitcoin analysis and everything, and kind of the tools that kind of help you to develop your own trading skills, if you of course pursue that path. So yes guys, thank you for watching us. We will be seeing each other in the next one.